What's happening, NSG? I am hoping that every one of you in this video is in great spirits. I wanted to come on and make a little video highlighting some of the things that's done here at NSG. I know that I've done a video like this a while back. It's just lower down in the post, so I'm going to do another one to kind of keep this fresh and up to date for you. All right, so NSG. NSG is a coaching and consulting practice that I started back in August of 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. Yes, I finally got out of my own way and I launched my business. So it stands for Never Stop Growing. In the bio, I explain how I came up with the name. So check that out. It's kind of cute. So going into a little bit of detail on what I do at NSG. So there's two components to my business. There is the coaching side and there's the consulting side. On the coaching side of things, I really focus on success blockages. That is the term that I use to explain the barriers to, it sounds obvious, right? The barriers to your success. Let me explain what I mean. So clients come to me with a challenge that they're having around a goal that they want to achieve. Now, the goal doesn't necessarily have to be something grandiose. It can be anything related to you and these constant desires that you may have, or these patterns that you know you get into where you want to do something, but for some reason, you never find a way to get it off the ground, right? It's that looming question that you have in the back of your mind is like, why can't I? Okay, so if you find yourself in a place where you're constantly asking yourself, why can't I? Why haven't I? Or you're saying things to yourself frequently like, that's not me, I don't have it, I can't. You are the ideal client. And what I mean, and that sounds really broad, but what I mean is the way that we work is to really uncover the things that you tell yourself, the things that you believe about yourself that create a barrier to your success in a particular area. And we have to have a point of focus, right? So this is why I encourage all clients to identify a particular goal that they want to work on. Now, in the work that we do, the skills that are being built are transferable. The things that we are targeting or the way that we're targeting these particular barriers sets you up for understanding how to apply the same principles to other areas of your life. So working with me one time leaves you with skills and tools and knowledge to help apply it in other areas. So when you find yourself in another area of your life saying, I can't, this is not me, I just don't know how, you can apply the work that we've done together to that particular challenge as well to be able to move through onto success. We're removing blockages, period. And that's exciting work. And there are a couple of different programs that I have in relation to that. So I am working on a really, really exciting one right now that's in the pilot phase and it's coming along really nicely. So I cannot wait for that one to be launched. This one is really, really intense. It is a deep look at you, who you are from a very, I'll say a cerebral place. And I'll just kind of leave it there. I like the little air of mystery. And we look at that and figure out what your trends and patterns are. So that way you can honor that while also figuring out how you want to use that to get you to where you need to go. So that's something that's coming down the pipeline. I'll keep y'all posted. In the meantime, my current program looks at, like I mentioned, what your identified goal is, and then we start digging to figure out what the barriers to your success are and exploring a little bit of how it shows up in other areas, how those barriers show up in other areas of your life so we can work on tips and tools and tricks and so forth to move those things out. So I said a lot about the coaching and I wanted to keep this video brief. Let me jump over to the consulting side. That is my work phone going off right now. Excuse me. So I'm going to end this really soon so I can go focus on whatever that was coming through. On the consulting side of things, it's leadership development. There really isn't much more to say outside of that. Leadership development is the focus of the consulting side. And what I mean by that is I like to look at teams, and this is taking a dive into who's on your team, what skills they bring, what strengths and knowledge base do they have, because everyone is a leader in their own lane. So it's about figuring out what that lane is and helping organizations, programs, or teams use those skills in a way that pushes the work forward. So I shared a while back this mantra that I love, and it's something I came up with years and years ago. And to this day, it serves me well. And it's know who's on your team so you know how to play your hand. The way that that plays out here with the consulting side of things is that I help leaders take a look at who's on their team. We go through particular assessments. We use a particular assessment tool that I'm really, I swear by pretty much. And we use that tool to understand who's on the team. Then we take a look at what's being asked of the team in order to see who can be placed into what category. And then the big work comes with stepping back and allowing people to shine. So there is heavy concentration and heavy focus around how to build up trust amongst the teams so that way they can showcase their strengths. And whatever challenges that come up, we are working diligently on creating sustainable bridges to offset those gaps so that way there is continued success. So on both sides of my practice, as you can see, I'm really big on sustainability and tools that are transferable. As much as I love to get the money, I also believe that, this is something I'm doing as a passion. It's from the heart. So I want it to be lasting for all of us, right? Lasting change and positivity creates a healthier, happier life. So I guess that's what I'm out here in these streets promoting, right? Okay, so I'm off this. I'm gonna get back to work, and I will be speaking with you all soon, I guess. If you want to contact me, the best way is to reach out to me via direct message, and then I will give you instructions on where to go next. If any one of these things interest you, I do have some session slots available. Consultations is how we start off all of our work, so please DM me and I'll give you details on how to set up a consultation meeting with me. And then we will go from there. The most information about my program can be found on Instagram. Anybody who follows Mercury retrograde knows that communication is a little bit off, so I get a little tongue-tied right now. Work with me. So that information can be found on Instagram. I find that that's just the easier platform for me to work on, and it reaches a larger amount of people. That's kind of what I like. It's simple, it's easy, and it has a wide reach. So NSG community, I will speak with you soon. Happy Wednesday.